Maniac B.
Someone hit me with a question at the time they didn't know. If they wanna make a difference, how far would it really go? In life, you get rewarded for every seed that you sow. So we're building a community to help to make them grow. I'm a Trini born, Brooklyn raised, Ghanaian from latter day. Always reppin' Africa, even when I'm not on the stage. I have to get back at you if you ain't riding on the wave. I'm all about Pan-Africa, the ancestors who paved the way. It's cool chillin' in NYC. How about them African children who went to bed hungry?
Hello, family. This is Africans Leaving America. I am Afia Coomson, and I have a wonderful guest with me today. Can you please introduce yourself to the platform, dear?
Hello, my name is Noelani Pierce.
And tell the platform who your mom is.
Oh, my mom is Cicely McLennan, the wonderful Cicely McLennan.
Yes. New African image makers here on YouTube. She also has Instagram, and she has a Facebook page. Her mom was one of the first people that I interviewed on this platform because she repatriated some time ago to Ghana, and she shared her story on the ups and downs and, just some key points that you would need when you're moving across the ocean, to the motherland. So my first question for you is, what did you think about Africa when you first got there? Especially being so young, People your age are not even thinking about Africa, honey. They are Americanized, So tell me, how was that, impression when you first got there?
So this is actually my third time coming to Ghana. Okay. The first time I came to Ghana was in 2012. I think I was 12 at the time. Mm-hmm. The second time was 2017, and now I'm here again. I've been here a year this time, so this has been my longest visit thus far, and I love it. I've loved it from the jump. I will say that I have been raised with more of a Pan-African center. Mm-hmm. I went to a Pan-African elementary and middle school growing up. My mom has always been this type of person for me. So it was always in my plans in a capacity. I just didn't know it would be now.
Right.
But I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And I definitely think this is a beautiful experience to have this young. And to even have been able to travel as much as I have at this age is really a blessing.
Yes. So how are you with the locals? Like, do they think that you're Ghanaian, when you don't speak?
No. They usually think I'm South African.
Okay.
I don't know what's the telltale signs of that, but maybe like my fashion sense and like I have a couple unconventional ways of like carrying myself. So very rarely do they ever think that I'm a local. But I don't try to fake it either. I just like, I'm here.
Right. Now I know when I went, they thought that I was South African too. I don't know why, but I guess, because, I'm the type of person, I wear a lot of hair wraps, that's my everyday go-to is a hair wrap. I just love the African, culture. I love the dress. I love the style of it. It's just recently where I started getting my braids again. But yeah, when I went, they thought that I was South African too. So maybe it's just a look,
Yeah.
So definitely. You have your own YouTube channel.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
My YouTube channel is called Noelani Pierce, my name. Also have other social media platforms at _good_vibes with the one. So basically I have a brand called Noe's Universe, and it's centered around lifestyle content of me. and different products I curate. So my YouTube is centered around documenting my cultivation of self, different tools, or, you know, me and the things I like, things I'm interested in, topics I think have really helped me progress as a self thus far. I'm really into food and I love eating. I love all things food. I love growing food. I love food cultivation, food processing. So I have a lot of food on my YouTube channel. A lot of things with my hair because I'm really into changing my hair up. It's really just almost a video diary, but also like a platform to open up a conversation and a dialogue with other people. Because people ask me different questions about like, how are you able to express yourself authentically? Or how did you find your sense of purpose? Or, you know, just kind of how I do my thing as a self. And I think those are important questions. And I would love to like share my journey through understanding my own process. So that's basically what that channel is about.
And I can tell, you know, as a young adult, you already know where you're going. You know, a lot of us, my age, you know, it took us a while to figure out, you know, who we were, you know, with the distractions of the United States and, you know, just everything, you know, raising children, things of that nature. But it's good that you are that young and you already know where you're going. Now, you also went to, was it Tuskegee? Okay.
University. Woo, woo.
Okay. So do you see yourself doing any studying abroad? And what was your major in school?
Food science. Food science.
Okay.
And I'm actually not finished. COVID kind of threw a whole wrench in my plans, and I ended up moving out here. I'm in a process of kind of recalibrating and figuring out how I would like to continue on with school because I will be finishing within the next year or so. So yeah, I'm definitely open to study abroad. It's a little tricky when it comes to working with Tuskegee though, because I've already done
so much
a study abroad program with them, and they only accept a certain amount of credits outside of their institution.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to see if I would just transfer to University of Ghana altogether, or if I would try to finish online, or, you know, I have a couple different options right now, but I am more than open to exploring studying abroad. I love the idea of studying abroad. And honestly, I don't think that I will willingly go to school in the States again as far as doing a master's or a PhD. Just the cost alone is insane.
It is very.
And once I started like meeting different people out here, I think I met this guy from Germany. He was telling me how much he paid to get his master's in the Netherlands, and I was like, why am I paying 36,000+ a year?
A year.
Why? That's a whole. That could be your whole like master's degree at other universities. So I was definitely like, okay, I'm definitely shooting a little further next time.
Yeah. My son, he's your age, and he spent, you know, at least $100K, you know, for, you know, 4 years. He's at his last year right now. So yeah, school in America is expensive, you know, amongst other things. You know, that's why, you know, the design here is to keep us in debt, you know, so we don't look outside of the United States for greener pastures, you know. It's crazy that you're taking food science because I love to grow things. And you are at, you know, a point where you live right now, you're in the best place to grow things, you know. You can just drop a seed inside the ground and things will sprout. You know, here in the States, we gotta go buy dirt and, you know, all type of compost. You know, you don't have to do that in Africa, honey. You just drop a seed in the ground, you know, and your stuff is gonna sprout. So what are you growing right now? Because I know you're growing something. What are you growing?
I'm working on mushrooms right now.
Okay.
So Yeah,
Okay.
that's my current project.
Project.
I wanna get into growing like some herbs and stuff, but we don't have too much space in the house. So me and my mom are kind of like working towards like getting our land together so we can like really start pushing products the way we want.
And you can buy land out there just for farming too, and
Mm-hmm.
those lands are a little bit cheaper. Your mom has a plug, she
Yeah.
knows a lot of people, in Ghana. So,
Yeah.
I mean, her finding a decent, amount of land just to grow or, animal farm, it won't be a problem. And let me tell you something else about your mom, girl. That food be looking good. She be cooking.
I be eating good, okay?
I know you do, girl. I know you do. Girl,
I
that
don't miss no meals.
man, when I tell you, I was like, dang, she can start up a restaurant, man. You know?
Yeah, soon come, soon come.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I see her manifesting it right now. She's putting her brand out there, so people will most definitely, come shop for her when she gets it open.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks for itself. Like once you taste the food, you're sold. You're
I already
sold.
know. I already know. I mean, really, for me, the presentation of the food is what drives me. And her food presentation is on point. It is. It is. It is. So that goes with my next question to ask: do you feel safe in Ghana as a young adult? Like, do you go outside by yourself and shop and just do your own thing? Do you do that?
No, actually, I feel it's tricky. So it's like I feel safe, but you still have to take your precautions with anything. Um, I don't feel as comfortable moving around by myself as I did in the States. I'm from Chicago and
Yeah, me
it's
too.
rough out there.
Mm-hmm.
But being from Chicago, I was able to like I went to school downtown. I went to Jones, so I had to take the train by myself, so I just was used to kind of navigating, and it was like a system available that allowed me to kind of move more freely.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, um, they have a busing system with the chochos and everything, but that's privately owned, and it's a little bit more complicated with me not speaking a native language.
Yes.
And I stand out a lot when I go out. And I've had a lot of people, I guess they're just interested in me.
Yeah.
At this point, my mom is like, I can't leave without two bodyguards because
Right.
get a little too friendly, a little too close, and I'm just not that comfortable sometimes being by myself. So I choose not to. And
Mm-hmm.
at this point, I would say that the worst threat I've actually experienced while being here was from another American. So
Mm.
that's also very interesting. That brings in a whole nother narrative where sometimes the people come from the States and they come here and they act a fool. You know what I mean? They
Right.
don't really, they feel like they can come here and do whatever they want, however they
Mm-hmm.
want. And it's actually like a problem. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
dealing with something like that right now with another repatriate and his
Mm.
family.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah, there's that. But for the most part, I would say when it comes to the local people, I don't have many problems. I guess the most they would do is just try to talk to me, and that's not a problem for me. I am comfortable engaging in conversation, but I get overwhelmed pretty easily. So like trying to navigate the city alone is a little intense for me. So I prefer to
Yeah.
have like a partner, even if the partner isn't necessarily from here, as long as I have someone to try to like move around with, that's what makes me feel the most comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Africa is not nothing like America. You know, like they don't have addresses, you know. So I mean, like I'm the type of person, I use GPS for everything pretty much, you know. We are in that era where we have that privilege, but you know, in Africa, you don't have addresses per se. I know, well, we're in Ghana, you know, in Nigeria they don't. You just have to basically know where you're going, you know.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand with you taking transportation by yourself and all of that, and the language barrier, you know, that would be a little bit complicated for you to just be by yourself like that. And I just want to piggyback off of what you said about the American being there and them coming and acting a fool. I don't know if you heard about this, but last year sometime it was a guy that, you know, repatriated from the US to Burkina Faso, and he ended up getting killed, you know, out there by the military because he started acting a fool, you know. And you know, the laws in Africa is completely different, you know, from the laws in the States. You know, there's just certain things you cannot do. You know, you cannot act a fool, you know, in certain areas, you know. So yeah, you know, it's unfortunate, but yeah, that man, he got killed, you know, in Africa. So yeah, you know, diaspora, be careful, because you know, you cannot go to Africa, you know, thinking that you are completely free. You know, you still have to act like you have some sense, you know.
I think one of the main things is that I don't think we are as organized as repatriates on the continent as we could, should, and would be. We don't have as much structure to really not only hold us accountable when we come here, to be like, hey, this is our standard and this is what we're adhering to, but also to have your back when things do go left. You know, I'm hearing about all types of stories about Black American women coming here being attacked and, you know, violated in different ways. And it's just sad because we're very vulnerable here. You think you come here and you'll blend in, but you won't. You know what I mean? You're in a foreign country, and I don't think that, like, we're building the structures, and I would like to say that we're in the process of, you know, creating that organization that is necessary, but we definitely aren't there yet. And I see so many people come here and slip through the cracks because of that. And not only because they're acting a fool, just because they don't have like
a structured environment.
Yes, exactly. They come here, they think they could just they'll just meet the first person they know and start a business, and it's like, where do you do that at? Where do you do that at? You know, and then something goes wrong, then it's, oh, God is the worst place in the world. Where it's like, or maybe you just didn't navigate in the most smartest way you could, but
you have to be strategic. You have to be strategic, you know, because we are coming into unknown territory. You know, we have been separated for hundreds of years, you know. We are like a kid in a candy store when we get to Africa. You know, we think that we're escaping the violence of America, you know, the racism, but it's still, you know, other things that we have to deal with once we get there too, you know. Yeah. It's not going to be easy, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So us bridging this gap is not going to be built in a day also, you know. It's unfortunate, but you know, we have to make it work because we cannot continue to stay in America.
Exactly.
We cannot.
It's also, I think a lot of people kind of miss the point that, like, when you come here, we're not coming here to also be colonizers. Like, some people come here and they haven't. It's something that me and my mom talk about a lot. Like, just because you wear a dashiki and you on the land does not mean, you know, you completely deconstructed that colonial settler mentality, you know. And you have to be mindful that coming from the States and coming from these Western places, that inherently you will have some of these characteristics. And if you're not mindful, that you will come into a space hoping to be something that you can never be if you're not conscious. So
And that's why you have to talk to the locals. You have to blend in. You know, you have to get, acclimated with them because they are teaching us how to live in Africa, because our ways are not their ways, And I know someone that went to Africa and tried that colonial mindset, and they didn't have a good time at all and ended up back here in the States. Because Africans, hey honey, they got backbones too, and they're not going to take that, so yeah, we have work to do. We do. But that's why the platform Africans Leaving America was created on Facebook and now here on YouTube and Instagram, just for that specific thing, so we can get to learn more about the African countries we want to visit or move to, and we can get to learn how to live there and also help them with anything that they may need help with. It's bridging the gap. And anything that you want to ask in that group, you can ask and somebody will respond. It's an information platform for everything Africa.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this last question, dear. So as a young adult from the States, what has been your biggest challenge since you've been there for this year in Ghana?
I think getting reacclimated socially has definitely been my most troubling thing, I guess. Like I said, I'm from Chicago, and I was a party person. I threw parties. I was a big, just
free spirit.
I had a lot of creative friends. I did modeling, I did all types of creative works. Me and my friends would go to the park and chill and hang out. I just had a lot more perceived freedom there. I had a lot more freedom of mobility, especially with public transportation. And then even when I went to university, it's parties every weekend or parties every other day, depending on if you want to go to them. And, it was just, I had more of a social life there. Yeah. Whereas when I came here, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So a lot of people haven't leaned into leisure activities in that same way just yet. It's not like they just have kickbacks all the time, or it's not something as common just yet. So you really have to be careful. And sometimes I think I've definitely gotten a little bit too comfortable and trusted people a little bit too much, and I've been hurt. And I've been burned by that because this is not the same space. It's not the same place that I was in. Even navigating at night, it was nothing for me to be able to go out and come home around 3 or even 4 or spend the night out and just text my mom hey, I'll be back. I'm with my friend. She's known my friends for years because that's just the type of relationships I have and the type of relationship I have with my mom. Whereas here, I don't really have any long-term friends. So it's not like I can extend my trust as far as I would like to. And there's been moments where I have extended trust and I've been severely hurt. So it's definitely been an adjustment for me to kind of not take it as something bad or wrong, and kind of just sit with it and kind of recalibrate and find other ways that I can navigate my time and setting different types of boundaries. And since I'm in a new space, I guess leaning more into hanging out with my family because I haven't seen them. My mom moved to Ghana while I was still in school. So basically I've just been kind of catching up on all my family time that I feel like I missed out on.
Especially with your siblings.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely been an adjustment for me socially because I just been so free, and I'm very free here. Like my mom's always been free with me, but it's just a way to do everything, and there is just an extra level of precaution. I don't think I don't go out and club. Like I'm not really a clubber, you know. So, and that's more so the social scene right now. I don't see a lot of like youth my age like congregating together and just like doing art or like, you know, just having like very chill vibes. And I hope, you know, in the future to help cultivate those vibes, but I just haven't found them yet. I'm open to it, and I do see them like us as a community like moving towards that. It's just time, you know, and yeah, we're getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, it is going to take time. It is.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight, but you are speaking things out into the universe. So, you know, hey, maybe something will come of that, you know, and maybe it will be you, you know, to start up something like that. Because, you know, the diaspora is in Ghana. It's a lot of them, you know, and they love things like that, you know, paint and sip. You know, things like that, you know, it's a lot of different things that we have here that we don't have there, you know. So that's why I said, you know, your mom with that soul food restaurant, that's one, you know. I'm telling you. And with your idea, that's two, you know. So we just have to find ways to create income for ourselves so we can create these things, you know. So
Definitely.
I thank you so much. I really enjoyed this interview. I will be most definitely putting all your information inside the description box so they can get in contact with you and check you out on YouTube, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you know what? You keep up the good work and, you know, keep on talking about your truth and showing us, you know, everything that you got going on in Ghana, hon.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate this platform and the opportunity to speak to people. And I think it's just amazing the representation you have and you're cultivating through this space. So thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. And don't forget to most definitely ask any question that you want to ask inside the group. You know, you can make a friend in there, a couple of friends, you know. Put yourself out there and people will most definitely come inside the comment box.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good evening, okay?
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Maniac beats. Someone hit me with a question at the time they didn't know. If they want to make a difference, how far would it really go? In life, you get rewarded for every seed that you sow. So we're building a community to help to make them grow. I'm a Trini born, Brooklyn raised, Ghanaian from latter day. Always repping Africa, even when I'm not on the stage. I have to get back at you if you ain't riding on the wave. I'm all about Pan-Africa, the ancestors who paved the way. It's cool chillin' in NYC. How about them African children who went to bed hungry?